Good day and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about raising competent, confident children. How do we do this? We're going to start off by encouraging age-appropriate independence. We are going to allow the children to make their own decisions and take on responsibilities. You know, all those basics that we know they should be doing, that we rather do ourselves because it's just quicker and easier to do? Yes, packing their own school bags, making sure they've got their own school lunch, making sure they've got their tennis racket for the following day. These are little steps that help the child gain confidence because they are then confident in themselves that they are organized and they have what they need. Little steps. We are going to praise effort. Of course, they're sometimes going to forget their school bag. They're going to forget their tennis racket. But they remembered their lunch. And these are the little things we are going to praise. Small wins in the long run are going to be very valuable for our children. Focus on the child's hard work, the perseverance, and the improvement, rather than solely on praising their achievements. This cultivates a growth mindset within the children. Next, we are going to provide a safe and supportive environment. You are going to provide an environment where your child feels safe and secure enough to express themselves without the fear of judgment or criticism. Nothing is more debilitating for a child than knowing the moment they voice their opinion or their ideas, their parents are going to shut them down because they don't respect what's coming out of the child's mouth. We need to learn to listen, keep quiet, and give them time to speak. This will encourage a growth mindset and will teach them a valuable lesson. Encourage healthy risk-taking. We need to encourage, not force, encourage our children to step out of their comfort zone and to try new things. Whether it's a hobby or a sport or a social activity, all of these can come with a lot of anxiety. And we need to nurture and encourage, not push, our children to step out of this comfort zone and try new things. And even the smallest little advance they make is going to be a confidence booster. And we need to praise even the smallest little advance they make. We need to teach them problem-solving skills. Help your child to think through a problem. Very often we as parents look at our child and we give it the answer. We don't want our children to struggle. We want our children to be okay. And in jumping in and providing the solution, we are actually robbing our children of the power of problem solving. And problem solving is a process. And we need to help our children learn the process while they're still very young, so that as adults, they have the skill. I often think of my own journey and how I only learned many of these skills as an adult. And maybe you too, if you reflect what kind of adult you are and the journey you've come along, you'll realize that possibly you're also still learning. Next, we need to focus on the power of self-expression. We need to provide opportunities for our children to express themselves in any which way they choose. They might enjoy art or music or dance or just singing on karaoke. Give the child freedom to find a way to express themselves. And when you see the joy and enthusiasm that comes out of this activity, you'll see that their confidence is growing. The first time they may not want to sing in front of you or show you their artwork. But as they get recognition and non-judgmental recognition, you will boost their confidence, and it will make it easier to share the next time. We also need to remember to set realistic expectations. Encourage your child to set goals. And yes, we all want to be astronauts or scientists or doctors, but reel it in. Getting to be a doctor or a scientist is going to take a number of years. Help them understand how achieving an end goal is ultimately broken down into tiny, little, daily, minuscule steps. If you want to be on the soccer team, what do you need? Ask open-ended questions. Don't tell your child. Ask your child, what does he or she think they need to do to be selected for the next Eisteddfod? What do they think they need to learn to become better at maths? Why do they think they're struggling with addition? Keep asking open-ended questions, as these encourage the child to think and come up with their own solution rather than having to listen to you saying, this is the answer. And then most important of all is lead by example. Model confidence in your own actions and behaviors. Show your child how to handle challenges, how to handle setbacks and uncertainty, and do it with resilience and a positive attitude. The way you deal with life is ultimately going to be the way your child deals with life. So next time you want to have a fit and you know your child is within earshot, reel yourself in and remember that you are ultimately you are the role model. You are what this child is going to be imitating. And is your behavior the one you want to encourage in your child? We're very quick to say, oh, such and such a friend is influencing my child. And yes, they are influenced by friends, but their greatest influence is at home. So maybe you need to sit back and think, if there are any of these skills that you can apply in your own life and help you to encourage confidence in your own child. Building confidence is an ongoing process, and I think we as adults realize with the challenges we faced that very often we are still growing. Give your child, who is a unique being, as much patience, support as you possibly can, and you will see that it or she or he will develop into a confident individual.